What's up, my beautiful aquatic friends? Welcome back to another video. For today, we're going to be playing at the Hustler Casino. We're going to be playing at the Brad and Andrew meetup game. Hell freaking yeah, I'm super excited for this. Always excited for meetup games. But before that, we went ahead and did a quick pit stop at Ramirez Liquor Store. My very favorite liquor store out here in Boyle Heights. We went ahead and bought one of these bad boys, Mississippi Mud. Hell freaking yeah, one of my favorite beers. I was trying to get this beer for them last time, but I couldn't find it. And now they have it, so what better time to take it to them than now at their meetup game. So anyways, let me STFU and get right into our video. For this first hand of the night, I'm under the gun looking down at Ace-9 suited. This hand is pretty enough for me to go on and put out a bet of 15 bucks, to which my opponent in middle position calls, late position opponent calls, and we're gonna go three ways out of position to a flop of Queen 3-8 with two clubs. Even though this queen is in my range, I'm out of position versus two fishes who are still left to act, so I go on and I check. Luckily, they both check back, and we go on and see a 10 of diamonds on the turn, giving us a little bit more hope in winning this pot down. Since I checked the flop, I can no longer rep that queen, but I can definitely take a stab at it now that this 10 of diamonds has given me 12 more outs, so I go on and I bet out a bet of $30. The opponent in middle position is not gonna let me take it down that easy, as he goes on and makes the call, and we go heads up to see a king of hearts on the river. Hopefully that king is a scary card to him, because I go on and hold on to my panties and go out and blast off a bet of 65 bucks. My opponent is thinking about his decision, and while he thinks, he goes on and turns over an 8. Sweet baby Jesus, it's me, Fish again. If you go on and bail me out of this one, I promise, I'm gonna go on and try my very best not to be a fish anymore, and I won't raise with bad hands anymore, I promise. My prayers are answered as my opponent goes on and folds the best hand, and we're gonna go on and take this one down. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Now I know that I just promised sweet baby Jesus that I wasn't gonna go on and raise with bad hands anymore, but I just can't do it. You see, we all agreed to play the stupid 7 deuce game, to where if you win with 7 deuce and show it, the whole table needs to pay you a $5 bounty, and man, I'm a freaking sucker for these kind of stupid gimmicky games, so when I'm under the gun looking down at 7 deuce, I just can't stop myself. I go on and put out a bet of $20. Our only customer is our opponent in middle position, and we're gonna go heads up to see a flop of Jack 8 deuce rainbow. We hit a deuce on the flop, but it doesn't matter, because we were gonna go on and fire off at no matter what flop came out, and since we're first to act, we're gonna go on and stick with the plan and fire off a bet of 25 bucks. We're gonna hope to take it down here, but my opponent is stickier than a grilled cheese sandwich and isn't going down without a fight, as he goes on and makes the call, and we're gonna go heads up to see a turn. Now, I'm not sure why the poker gods love to reward bad players, because my horrible play gets me rewarded with another deuce on the turn. Hell freaking yeah. I go from betting as a bluff to betting for value, as I go on and fire off another bet of 50 bucks, and unfortunately my opponent waves a white flag as he goes on and mucks his cards. Like a boss, we go on and proudly show our 7 deuce, and like the IRS, we're gonna go on and garnish 5 bucks off of each one of these fishes, and we're feeling freaking great. Hell freaking yeah. Cough it up. Cough it up, people. Cough it up. Give me my 5 bucks. 5 bucks. 5 bucks. Ma'am, please. I don't even agree to this, man. Bam. Cough it up. Now we're on the cutoff looking down at pocket deuces. An opponent in middle position who goes by the name of Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy. He goes on and he makes it 15 bucks, and since Deuces never loses, I go on and 3-bet him to 45 bucks. Jimmy's our only customer, and we go heads up to see a flop of 7, 8, 9 with 2 diamonds. Some fishes might make an argument that this flop is not ideal for ducks, so when Jimmy goes on and checks, I'm gonna go on and check back, since there's way too much going on this board, and we go heads up to see a glorious deuce on the turn. Jimmy checks to me again, and I fire off a bet of 40 bucks, to which Jimmy goes on and calls faster than an extended car warranty agent, which leads me to believe that he's on some sort of a draw. All I have to do now is avoid a 10, a jack, a 6, a 5, or any diamond on the river, and we should be fine. But of course, I'm asking for way too freaking much, because a 3 of diamonds comes crushing my dreams on the river, and now this piece of shit has the audacity to lead out for $105. Am I really gonna have to fold this one? Find out on the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and as always, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm just kidding, fishers. I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging like that, but is Jimmy really betting because he's afraid I'm gonna check back? $105 looks like a value bet straight up, and if Jimmy would have bet any other amount, like if he would have overbet or just made a really small bet, then things would have processed a little different in my head. But unlike me, this bet is perfect, and like a stupid lawn chair, I go on and I fold. Jimmy goes on and shows me pocket sixes, you mother... If you fishes watching would like to unsubscribe from my channel, I totally understand that, but if you would like to avenge me, I'm gonna go on and leave Jimmy's contact information on the description below, including what year, make, and model of car he drives, where he lives, and what kind of tacos he likes.
Cheers.
Oh, yes. Yes. Awesome. Still undefeated. Now we're on the small blind looking down at a couple of sixes. The under the gun player has put out a $6 straddle to which everyone has folded to, and once it's action on me, I think about asking my opponents if they would like to chop. Doesn't make sense financially to limp in as the rake is gonna go on and take it all. Option B is to raise, and of course I'm gonna go with option B and make it 15 bucks, to which, looking back at the video, I believe that might be a little bit on the low side. A bet between 25 and 30 bucks would have been more ideal since there was a straddle, but in this exact moment, $15 is the amount I land on. Big blind calls, the straddle calls, and we're gonna go 3 ways to see a flop of ace, 6, 10, all of them of clubs. I'm a little concerned of those 3 clubs out there, but not concerned enough not to take a stab at it. I go on and assemble a wager to the tune of 25 bucks, and our opponent on the big blind raises it up to 60 bucks, which is basically a min raise. The straddler gets out of the way, and I'm thinking if it's a good idea to re-raise. Of course it's a good idea, but if I do, then we're most definitely gonna be playing for stacks, as we only started with about 400 bucks and our opponent covers us. We ended up just flatting. Jesus, I mean, I wish I could give you guys a logical reason as why I didn't re-raise, but the fact that there's 3 clubs out there doesn't squeeze my lemon in the way that I like my lemon to be squeezed. Not to mention, I still feel deflated from the bad laydown with my pocket deuces. Anyway, we go on and see a 9 of hearts on the turn, and since I'm first to act, I go on and I check, and my opponent goes on and fires off a bet of 50 bucks. It's a pretty small bet considering the size of the pot, which leads me to believe that he's probably not as strong as he's making himself to be, so it makes sense to raise him, right? I don't. I make the call and we go heads up to see a 3 on the river, which is obviously a horrible river for obvious reasons. My opponent bets out another bet of 50 bucks, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind, soul, and heart that I'm beat. I know I'm behind, but if I fold here for a measly $50 and he shows me a worst hand, I'm gonna just lose it. Especially knowing I already did my daily bad laydown with the set. I call and he goes on and shows King Jack with the King of Clubs, and we are beat. I can't help to think that this is my fault for not re-raising him on every street I had the chance to. I even tell him at the table, it was my fault for not re-popping him. To which he replies,
Honestly, bro, I probably would have called.
After the game, we met up at the bar where we spoke about this hand, and he told me that he was willing to go down with the ship with this hand because he wasn't going to be able to fold the nut flush draw to whatever amount I raised him to. So I guess it was a good thing that I didn't re-pop him, because I would have just lost my entire stack. Nice hand, sir.
One and only Mr. Slow Poker. What's up, my man? Quick question. You seem to talk pretty fast on your vlogs because we get it. You don't have a lot of time. You have a family and everything. But what's the trick to talking so fast?
Well, for starters, I already talk fast, naturally. I'm not right now because I'm tired, but I talk fast. I use, like, Steven Spielberg lent me some of his sort of special effects equipment, and I speed it up to 1.2x. It's really expensive, but I do that.
1.2x.
Yeah.
Baller. Hey, man, welcome to LA, brother. Welcome to LA.
Let's go fish.
Now we're under the gun looking down at a premium ace-king offsuit. I make it 20 bucks. My nemesis to my left that cracked my set of 6s goes on and makes the call, and the other fish in lay position also makes the call, and we're gonna go 3 ways to a flop of Jack 7-4 rainbow. I'm first to act, and I'm gonna go on and throw out a C bet of 40 bucks. I know it's a little on the high side, but since I don't have anything, I think it's okay. My nemesis is my only customer, and we're gonna go heads up to see another Jack on the turn. I slow down and check. My nemesis checks back, and we go heads up to see a 6 of hearts on the river. Since my opponent checked back the turn, I don't think he's that strong. I mean, even though ace king has enough showdown value here, I still go on and put out a bet of 50 bucks. I wish I can give you guys a logical reason as to why I made this bet, but I just don't have one other than the fact that I'm just a bad player. My opponent goes on and calls, and I didn't get to write down on my notes what he had, but judging by the direction in which the dealer went ahead and pushed those chips to, I think it's safe to say that I didn't win. Now I'm on the big blind looking down at ace deuce suited. It folds to me and some guy in middle position who goes by the name of Chuck, but you guys might know him as Happy Face Holdem. You guys remember him? We're actually going to be having a meetup game March 19th along with Andrew Locke, Doug McCusker, Think Blue Poker, Happy Face Holdem, and myself. It's a Saturday, so go on and pencil it into your calendars because there should be drinks allowed at the table by then, and I'm going to go on and be taking beer chugging challenges for those who want to just take a shot at the title. I'll also be giving away some free merch, so come on down and hang out with us. Back to this hand. Chuck goes on and makes it 10 bucks. It folds around to me, and I like my hand. Calling here, though, is my least favorite route, and I go on and I repop him to 30. He makes the call, and we go heads up to see a flop of 5, Jack 9, rainbow. I lead out for 60 bucks, and he quickly folds face up 7 deuce for a failed attempt at collecting everyone's $5 bounty. Nice try, Happy. Nice try. What a great friendly table filled with familiar faces, and once Andrew comes by and joins the fun, what better way to welcome him than a Texas Holdem, a $10 double board bomb pot. We're gonna go 8 ways to see a flop of a king, queen, 8 on the first board and 9, king, ace on the second board, and we're on the cutoff looking down at pocket queens. Action goes on and checks around to me, and I'm gonna go on and fire off a bet of 30 bucks, and my only customer is our opponent on the small blind, and we're gonna go heads up to see a king on top filling us up. And we're gonna go on and see a 10 on the bottom, giving us a gut shot. We're gonna go on and continue our aggression with another bet of 60 bucks, and that's gonna do it. We're gonna go on and take this pot down, hell freaking yeah, because now we're finally up in the green. All right, fishes, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We went ahead and bought in for 300 bucks, and we're out for 391 for a $91 profit. Hell freaking yeah. Don't forget to go on and click that thumbs up button. Don't forget to click subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.